When you have impressed the subconscious mind with your wish fulfilled, there are a lot of telltale signs that are going to let you know this. Like if you're trying to create $1 million or you're trying to create $3 million, you visualized it, like you've used the meditation, Neville Goddard's practice on creating $3 million, while you sleep, or where I guide you through the visualization. You've done this, you've created that, and you think maybe that you've fallen asleep with this feeling of being a millionaire. One way to truly determine this, and a telltale sign of it, is what are your habitual thoughts throughout the day? Are you searching for entertainment to keep you occupied throughout the day? Are you finding yourself flipping through TikTok or listening to music that's irrelevant to gaining wealth in your life? So one very sure way to determine whether you have impressed the subconscious mind with being a millionaire is you'll notice you don't have the desire to entertain yourself from external things. You no longer have the desire to watch TikTok. You no longer have the desire to waste your time. You are now desiring to use every minute of every single day for your dream goal or your new business or your wish fulfilled. You're going to be in this state of creating intentionally. You're no longer going to desire, these other things that just regular chit chat. You're not going to be able to be on the phone with your friends anymore, talking about nothing for an hour. You're going to be completely transformed. You're going to find yourself talking to your old friends, and they're going to be talking about nothing. And you're going to be like, what are you talking about? This has nothing to do with anything that I want to talk about. I got to go. I'm busy. You're going to eventually lose these friends, find new friends that are very successful, and then think like you. And then your minds are going to come together, and you're going to create great things together that may be part of that too. But you're no longer going to desire to waste your time. You're gonna be very productive, and you're gonna find yourself waking up earlier. But it's gonna be natural to you. You're not gonna be having to force yourself to do these things. Once you have impressed the subconscious mind, because free will only exists in the subjective world, in the internal world. So once you have impressed the subconscious mind internally, then it's automatic at that point. You're automatically not going to desire to do these other things anymore, like flip through TikTok, flip through Instagram, binge watch TV shows every single day without getting anything done, or having these long conversations that mean absolutely nothing to your happiness or the fulfillment of your dreams. It's just going to change just like that, guys. You're not going to have to do anything. It's going to be natural to you to do these things. Like when Neville Goddard says you can do nothing, you have to do nothing, you have to take any action, he means that because it's going to be natural to you in this new state that you've been impressed with from the subconscious mind. Once you impress the subconscious mind, it's going to be natural to you. It's not going to be like working to you. It's going to be your new natural state. And I'm not saying that you can't have instant manifestations where you get the $3 million. But what I'm talking about is the change of your conception of self to where you can actually sustain the wealth, the amount of wealth. You've programmed yourself with actually achieving millions of dollars yourself and actually effectuating, making your world start to evolve into this new version of yourself where you start shifting and changing and everything starts changing in your life. But there are instances where you can create and manifest millions of dollars, like winning the lottery and things like that, where you can actually make money instantly without having to do any work. But a lot of that time, if you do make $3 million, but you're in this state of always watching TikTok, of always binge watching and not being a self-developed person, then there's going to be things that are going to come into your life where that money's going to be taken from you. You're not going to use it properly because you don't have the right tools up here to be able to sustain that type of wealth. So you have to take all that into consideration. But yes, that can happen. You can create money out of thin air. You can create anything out of thin air. But are you the person that can sustain that kind of wealth? And when you know that you have actually changed the conception of yourself and you've actually created this new millionaire status, personality, or conception of self, you'll know this by your actions throughout the day. Or if you're wasting time on the phone, or you're wasting time doing this, or you're wasting time doing that, that's a telltale sign that you have not impressed the subconscious mind, and you need to get back in the lab and start impressing the subconscious mind some more. Keep working at it and getting it until you actually impress the subconscious mind with this new millionaire status. And also another way to tell if you have programmed or you've programmed or impressed the subconscious mind with being a millionaire is if you have certain talents. Say say like specific talents that you actually have a lot of knowledge in one specific area, but you have never used that before. Like you've got all this talent or you got all this knowledge in this one specific area. You will have, doors will start to open. Your world will start to transform, where things will start to come to you where you can use this talent. Whatever this specific talent is, all this information that you have in your mind, and you've been studying this for such a long time, like you went to school for it or something like that, but you haven't yet found your niche yet. When you have impressed the subconscious mind with this, these doors will start to open, and people will start to come to you and give you this service. Like these doors will open where you can provide this service and all this talent that you have locked away within you, that you already have within you. Like these doors like will magically start opening where you're going to be able to start using this talent, using this information that you've gathered for so long, but you've never actually used it before. And that may be a lot of things that you're even unaware of that you have. You know, they can be very special things that you're very talented at within yourself, that these doors will open and you'll be able to use them, whether that's through art or just creating something magical, you know, whatever it may be. But these doors will start opening when you have impressed the subconscious mind with being a millionaire, you know, or being and living an abundant life and changing that concept of self. These doors will just start opening everywhere. And another example of this, if you have properly impressed the subconscious mind, is with relationships. Like if you have fallen asleep, or you have affirmed, or you're listening to meditations, or you're scripting that you've already found your specific person, or you've already found this random person, you know, whatever it is, or a husband or wife. One way to determine if you have impressed the subconscious mind with this is that you are no longer looking for it. You are no longer wanting it. You don't wake up in the morning, you know, with this feeling of lack of relationships in your life. You're now focused on other things. You're now focused on your career or something you're trying to create, your job, your business, you know, networking, something like that. You'll be focused on that, and that's what draws in, you know, the relationship, because most people are very, very attracted and drawn to that frequency, so to speak, or that feeling state that you're in. They're attracted to that. You know, if you're focused on your dream, you're passionate about your work, you know, there's other people, there are people out there that are going to see this, you know, that you're looking for. They're going to see you from outside because you're not focused on them. You're focused on your passion, on your dream, on your career, you know, what you love to do, and you're dedicated to it, and you're focused. And this relationship, these people out here that are single that see this they're gonna be drawn to you, like automatically. It's gonna be like a magnetic force. They're gonna come to you. And this is another way to determine, you know, if you have impressed the subconscious mind with, you know, especially this feeling with having a relationship. You're no longer going to be focused on getting that. You're not going to be focused on getting that relationship. You're going to be focused on the feeling. But once you have impressed that feeling, you no longer have to persist in it, because you're going to know, because you're going to now be focused on your passions, on your dreams. You're going to be setting goals for your next career move, your next business jump, your next business to open. You know, things like this are going to start. Those are really, really telltale signs that you have impressed the subconscious mind. And there's another example, like with your physique. You know, if you're trying to, or with great health. You know, if you're trying to create great health and you're impressing the subconscious mind with being very, very healthy, or having a very, very fit body, you're going to find yourself, a telltale sign of this is that you're going to find yourself not desiring cheeseburgers. Like somebody could walk up to you with a cheeseburger with grease melting all over it and French fries, and you're going to look at that and it's going to repulse you. You're going to say, "What? I'm not eating that." Okay, I'm not eating that. But it's going to be automatic. It's going to be a natural state that you're going to be in. You know, you're not going to desire those things anymore. And if you find yourself that you still are desiring those, that means you haven't impressed the subconscious mind. Because as we know, free will only exists in the assumptive world. So that's what your automatic actions are going to be throughout the day. You know, and it's like that telltale sign if you have impressed the subconscious mind properly. Okay, guys, this is why I wanted to bring in the stuff about TikTok and Instagram and wasting your time, because this is what I was getting at. You will know when you have not impressed the subconscious mind with your own creations. If you find yourself going to other people's creations, because those, through the law of thought transmission, that's how that all works, because I created you just as much as you created me. This world is me pushed out just as much as this world is you pushed out. So I created you just as much as you created me. So we're all using our imaginations to create within this bubble. But there are parallel universes. There's a lot more detailed according to quantum physics and things like that I can also get into very, very soon. But this is why I wanted to bring this in, because of this TikTok wasting time. This is a telltale sign that you have not impressed the subconscious mind and you're living off somebody else's powerful imagination that has impressed their subconscious mind with creating something like a certain amount of money or being a millionaire or changing, something in their lives. So if you find yourself being sucked into other entertainment that is drawing your attention from without, then that's a telltale sign that you need to get back in the lab and start impressing, start visualizing, start affirming, start persisting, start scripting, doing these things, preferably in that immobilized state where you're actually going into the drift and you're impressing the subconscious mind with this new version of yourself. But this is why I wanted to bring this up, guys. But I'm going to get into this in more detail. I'm going to break all of this down very, very shortly. And as we go, we're going to get into better, higher understandings, more understanding of all this and how we can change this in our lives, how we can use free will in the internal world to start creating the life of our dreams. But I'm going to get more into this, guys. I love you guys very much. And don't forget to give me one thing you guys are grateful for.